whimsically musical teachers, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are talking all about batching your lesson plans, because batching is the key to everything. I'm obsessed with batching. Batching has changed my life drastically for the better. If you're new around here, first let me introduce myself. My name's Rainey Barton and I'm an elementary music teacher for grades K through 5 in Central Florida. This is my 6th year teaching. And I've designed this YouTube channel to help all music educators, elementary music educators out there, help make their lives a little bit simpler by providing them with tips and tricks and actionable strategies that they can take and implement into their classroom immediately. And so I hope that you stick around, you're ready to subscribe along to this channel so that you can see the rest of the videos, as I'm just continuing to wanting to serve you as best I can. But with that, let's dive into today's topic. So in today's lesson, I want to talk all about how I batch lesson plan monthly, because for the longest time, I would lesson plan week by week and I would feel completely stressed out. And I'm not going to lie, still sometimes in the pandemic, it ends up going like that just because you know how it is teaching in a pandemic, like things are crazy. But I used to always do it week to week and I would be really stressed out because I would be one of those people that would take their work home with them. And then Saturday and Sunday would turn into lesson planning. And it was just really stressful, especially because music teachers don't really have their own curriculum. And so we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here because one person uses Quaver, but another uses Music Play, but another person just makes up their own lessons. And so it was really stressful and I felt like I was spending all of my extra time lesson planning, and that's not a place that I wanted to be. So I had to create a system for it, hence why I started batching my lesson plans monthly. And so I'm going to take you through the same exact steps that I take to batch them monthly. It takes me probably 2-ish hours to do, because like I said, I have to plan a lot of my own music curriculum, and there's not like one music curriculum that I absolutely adore that I use for everything. And so because of that, it takes me a little bit longer. But if you have a music curriculum you love, then you could easily just apply this same method to that curriculum. So with that, let's show you the steps that I take. Okay, so the first step that you need to take is deciding on your concepts for the month. And as I like to take that month by month. So for example, in February, my topics are, let's say February, kindergarten is doing fast and slow. First is doing Sol Mi. Second grade is doing half note. Third grade is Mi Re Do, fourth grade is Ti Tika, and fifth grade is music genres. And so that is the overarching concept of what I really want to focus on in the month. However, we know as music teachers that we're going to be focusing on other things like form and rhythms and melodic patterns and I don't know, all different types of topics. And we're not just focusing on one exact concept, and all of our musical activities can tie into one another. But it's important to know what your overarching concept is so that you're making sure that you're really hitting that the most, if that's what you really want them to focus on. That's what all of your assessments will probably be tied back to for the month. All of that good stuff. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do once I've decided on the concept plan is take it over to my official lesson planning template. And so I'll actually write the concept underneath the month. So for example, I said for kindergarten, it's fast and slow. Yeah, so I'll have that right there, which this template you can get as a freebie. I am providing it for you, so you can check that out with the links underneath this video. So make sure that you get yours. I have all of this for you. But I have two different sets here. So this, if you like having a notes section over here and you like having the 5 boxes like this, I also have this set up if you like this better and you want a little bit more space. So it's really up to you, but I'm going to stick with this one for the example. So some months have 5 weeks, some have 4, so that's why I gave you 5. You can just have an extra lesson plan and be planned an extra week ahead if that's how you want to do it. But this would be where the weeks go, and then these are the different activities. So I have 6 activities because I typically have to do about 5 to 8 activities depending, because I have 50-minute classes. But if you have like 30-minute classes or 40, you might not need as many. You could use the first one as your warm-up, which I typically like to do. So I would write across all of these for kindergarten. Week 1, idea number 1 is warm-up. Let me get it out of tabs. And so that would be, for example, things that I do is stretching. We do vocal exploration. We do breathing gym. What else do we do? We do rhythmic and melodic patterns. And then I would just make that a little bit smaller so that I can have it fit in there. But yeah, so I would do that for all of those. And then the next idea I have and the next idea. Now, if you're wondering, where do you get all of these ideas? That is where you have to go to your list, your song list, your concept list, whatever list you have. And if you don't have lists, you need to make lists. Now, I know I had lists everywhere, and I'm really trying to consolidate it into one place because there's certain activities in books that I just absolutely adore, but then there's certain activities that I learned in workshops that I really love, and then there's certain activities that I bought on TBT that I really love, and so I'm trying to combine all of that into a document. So I'm going to show you my Christmas music activities document because that's the most recent one. I'm currently working on my winter one, and I'll just show you what it looks like. I will give you a template for this one as well. Don't worry, it's in the link underneath this video, but this is what it looks like. So here is my Christmas music activities one. So I have it by grade level. And then right now, it's still not exactly how I want it to look, but this is how it is for now. I have all of the activities that I have and where I got them from. So different musical examples. Now, what I'm planning on doing, which I did right here, is adding links to them. So for example, this is to my Little Rabbit Kwanzaa Che Che Kool-Aid activity. So now I can just click on the link and it'll take me right there so that I have all of my slides for when I want to teach my first graders all about Kwanzaa. And so I plan on linking it for all of these things, like this Jingle Bells folk dance, like there's a video of it on YouTube, so I can link there. And then I easily have those links to insert into my daily lesson plan agenda sheets for the board, for my kids, and for lesson plans and all of that stuff. And I know what all of these activities are used for, but you could even have a section where you write for it, this one is for form, or these are for form, these are for T-Tika, these ones are for half note, like if you want to break it down that way. I haven't gotten that far yet, but all I know is when it's Christmas time, I can open this spreadsheet and feel automatically better, and then that's when you would plug all of this into here. So we're just going to pretend for a minute that it's Christmas time because I have my Christmas music activities one. But I could go over here to this and go, oh, I really want to practice steady beat with them. And I know that this Nutcracker March with candy cane horses and instruments would be really great for our movement section because I typically like to do movement first. So I would just type in Nutcracker March and then put a reminder that it's the candy canes. It's actually Arnie Almeida. That'll remind me. Oh my gosh, I can't type. That's where I got it. That's probably spelled wrong, but whatever. So I know, and then I will typically put how long this activity takes. This activity takes about 15 minutes between the instruments and the steady beat and the movement all together. So I knock out instruments and movement all in one stone. Then I can go over here and say, oh, I like to read a book with my students, and I know that I do that for 12 days of Christmas. So I could put 12 days of Christmas, read along, and they get to act it out. So I would do act out because they create patterns for each one or a different movement for each day. I know that. And then I would probably want to do something that's not too complicated. So I could do something like, oh, I know that using beat buddies so using stuffed animals to keep the steady beat is a perfect way to keep working on it and also set them down for the rest of the day. So we could do some steady beat buddies. Oh my goodness. To Jingle Bell Rock. And we're going to pretend that the concept for the month is steady beat because that's what it was in Christmas time for me because this is not all focusing on fast and slow. And then we would just end with our goodbye song and line up procedures. And because I know that this one takes about 15 minutes, this one takes about 10 to 15 because we read the story and then they have to make their move and then we have to practice the whole song all together. And then this only takes like 2 or 3 minutes, really 5 if I have to pass out all the stuffed animals, and then the goodbye song lineup. And that's 1 week. And then I'll just go back to this document and just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. But when you have it all in one place, it's easy to just go and make this down the line. And then by the end of these hour sessions, you'll have kindergarten done, and you'll have first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then down here is where I plug it all together. So you can use either of these. I like using this one for this. So I'll have week 1, and I will just type out everything they're doing in kindergarten, and I'll just type this like really short. Like I'm not going to make this crazy because I'll remember what each thing is. So I'll have warm up, Nutcracker March. I probably will put candy cane so I remember. And then what did I say we were doing after that? Oh, 12 days of Xmas. I'll do that to make it shorter. And then we're doing beat buddies and then goodbye song. And then I have all of week 1, and then I'm just going to do week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and I have it all in one place. And then you can print this out, have this on your desk or wherever you want to put it so that you remember exactly what you're doing for the month. But It does not have to be complicated. Now, this part is going to take the longest. It really is. Like, you're going to have to take time. I would recommend, if you don't have any like general master list, to just take like one holiday at a time or 1 month at a time. And just start with the month that you're in. So for February, maybe work on your February one for Black History Month and for Valentine's Day and for coming up on St. Patrick's Day in March. So maybe just work on the 1 month that you're in right now and take a lot of time over the summer, especially to do this, and then you will be ready to batch your lesson plans as well. Don't forget, I'm going to link this freebie in the link for you underneath this video. Make sure to go check it out, and if you really like this video, then please go subscribe so that you can see when future videos come out, and hit the little bell notification so you can follow along on my musical journey. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys!